Welcome to Command of the Week. My name is Fringlish with Forgotten Games, and today we'll be going over Arslan. Arslan is a rather enigmatic commander as not much is known about him. It's said that Arslan is a bastard with a strong and unruly personality and a distaste for following rules. He joined with a mercenary group where he quickly made a name for himself due to his sharp mind and excellent fighting skills. He lives by the motto, "Only a beautiful body or a foreign land is worth exploring." While not much is known about him, there are quite a few similarities we can draw with Oberyn Martell. While Arslan may be a bastard, he is quite clearly of Dornish descent, and his spear is very reminiscent of those held by the Sand Snakes. Dorne is the hottest region of Westeros. The region is rocky, mountainous, arid and dry, and has little to do with the rest of the Seven Kingdoms. In fact, the motto of House Martell, unbowed, unbent, unbroken, is in reference to the fact that Targaryens actually never conquered Dorne, and Dorne merely pledged allegiance. This is illustrated in the fact that Dorne has a ruling prince, and not just a High Lord. Dornish differences with the Seven Kingdoms aren't limited there. Dorne is very tolerant of bastards, for example, Oberyn Martell having several in the royal household. So it's quite possible that, even though Arslan was a bastard, he was treated as any other son. Because of this, if he were to join a mercenary company, we can imagine that he probably joined the same one that the Prince of Dorne did, or the Red Viper, that was known as the Second Sons. The Second Sons is one of the oldest sellsword companies in Essos, with members recruited from the various free cities, and often fighting as heavy cavalry. The name of the company traditionally came from the fact that the second sons of noble or wealthy families wouldn't have much to do, so they would often go on a tour and fight in Essos for money, glory, and women. Apart from that, we can't tell much about Arslan. He seems to be wearing a snakeskin jerkin, again in reference to Dorne, and sandy colours, but that's about it. Arslan is one of the only free-to-play spear commanders, and as such you will often unlock him early, purely to do some damage against cavalry. You can find his medals quite easily on 112, 2-3, and 5-3, so it doesn't take long to level him up. His specialisations are mainly geared towards spearmen, increasing their health and attack by up to 30%, making him a very good combat commander. His other specialisation of increasing wood production by up to 100% is nice, but is not necessarily useful. His main use is as a combat hero for increasing spear attack. Arslan may be a bastard, but you'll be calling him a lot worse once you unlock him. One of the first things you'll notice is he dies quickly, and I mean really quickly. His extremely poor defence, paired with his abysmal health, makes him a liability in most fights. He is not going to be a frontline fighter. However, he has a very high attack skill, and his skills really do reinforce this idea of glass cannon. His Sand Strike ability launches 3 attacks on a target, each dealing nearly 11,000 damage, plus an extra 4,000 when the target health is less than 30%. This is a ludicrous amount for a single target attack. Following up to that, his Rise to the Occasion ability adds 148 to crit for 5 seconds and restores 500 might, allowing him to use his skills a lot more often. The Cocksure Attitude adds 3,000 attack for 5 seconds at the start of a battle, meaning you'll deal a lot of damage when you need to in order to get the target's health below 30% when your bonus damage kicks in. And his final ability, the Champion of Hellholt, basically increases your critical chance even more, meaning that you'll deal even more damage. If we look at his basic attributes, we can easily see that he is a glass cannon. His prowess is extremely high and command is one of the lowest in the game. Strategy is fairly high, so he won't get as many buffs as would another character, but the buffs do have a higher effect because of his large bonus. He has a bonus to heal, but as he's not a frontline fighter, it's probably not the best way to use him. His transitional might recovery is fairly useful, and this ties in to where you're going to use him most. Arslan is a very good back row fighter for the werewood, especially in its cavalry heroes and cavalry troops. By using his ability, you can often clear a troop or even a row a lot quicker than you otherwise would have. As long as you protect him behind a tank, he will enable you to kill cavalry heroes, no matter who they are, within a matter of seconds. Because of his single target damage, and the fact that he's one of the only spearman heroes available for free-to-play players, he's extremely good against rebel leaders. With his added bonus, he will rip through any cavalry heroes he attacks. His use is somewhat limited in the training grounds, due to the fact that his skills can be neutralized fairly easily, but he does an awful lot of single target damage, and that can't be underestimated. Altogether, he's a fairly useful spear hero, but useless without a tank to back him up. One thing to not forget is that he does give 30% extra attack and health to spearmen, making them a lot more effective in combat. He is probably one of the must-get spear heroes if you're planning on leading a spear army. Never send him into fight solo, never have him in the front line, and he may just surprise you in just how much he can get done. I've been Fringlish, and this has been Commander of the Week. If you like this video, make sure to share it with your alliance, and also like and subscribe. Thank you very much.